Good morning. I am still in my pajamas and thought for some reason it would be nice to shoot a day in my life video, and I mostly wanted to use it as an excuse to just yap a lot because there have been things going on in my brain, in my mind, that I need to get out. I am mostly a little disappointed in my printmaking and selling things, but I just got to orders yesterday, so I need to go to the printmaking studio this morning because I need to make some prints. I had one newly made print. They only had an A5 size, and I had it on my webshop for A4, but I thought, like, I'm not selling anything, so I'm not gonna make it beforehand, so I have to make it now. And it always goes wrong, so pray for me. It all goes smoothly. But that's a big order, so that's nice. I put out an advertisement on Instagram and it kind of flopped. I just stopped now after 5 days. Don't really want to invest more money in it. But that's all part of the yapping that I'm gonna do later today. But I'm gonna wake up, just make myself a coffee. Oh. There's always lots of keys flying over, I'm not sure if you can hear them. I have filmed the making coffee part several times, not just today, but like in several days. Never got the pouring right, and today I finally got it, I think. But I had waited so long to get the perfect shot, I guess. So the milk, the oat milk, has been a bit thick. But I've been a barista for like 8 years, so I should do better. But yeah, that's how it goes. I am a lazy starter of the day. I would usually wake up early. Today I woke up at 6:30 without any crazy dreams, luckily, because I just saw the Substance last night. Insane. And I just read a book in the morning and watch YouTube videos, and at like around 9 I start my day. Quite lazy. So it's now 9 o'clock and I'm going to the printmaking studio. It should be warm and sunny, and it is not, so I feel pretty deceived. And also I hope I didn't wake up my neighbor, because I just dropped something very loudly in the room that's adjacent to her bedroom. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. It's like a 20-25 minute walk to the print studio, and I think I'm going to go to the thrift store afterwards and get myself a new notebook, because I need inspiration for my grant project, so the project that I've been given a grant for. Feeling completely uninspired, and I feel like a new notebook might help. So I have yesterday prepped this meal, which is a sweet potato roasted with chickpeas from the oven. I'm gonna reheat it again with some falafel and maybe with a wrap. I'm gonna put some feta in it and avocado. It's gonna be a really big and nutritious lunch, which I really love. I'm always hungry, so I make sure to eat lots of protein, of course also fiber, and I try to have big lunches. I know they say it's better to have a big lunch and then a light dinner, but for me, I'm always hungry, so I end up eating 2 warm big meals. And you can probably hear my neighbors because the walls are like cardboard. Yeah, I'm feeling really grumpy because the printing was really annoying, and I'm really at this point that I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, but more on that later. I made another coffee and it's finished, the coffee itself, so it means that I can tomorrow try my new coffee. And a friend of mine gave me this coffee because she went to Guatemala and she got me this coffee. And she knows I like fruity coffee, so I'm really curious to try this. But that will be tomorrow. So I got my microphone on, my Profi microphone, so that means I'm gonna do some yapping, because things have been on my mind lately about where I am at an artist, if I want to continue, how I've been feeling, and I think that's quite important. And I felt a bit better because I got a few orders yesterday, which was really nice. I'm gonna pack them right now, or try to pack them and yap. I'm not good at doing both, but I had a really frustrating morning at the print studio, and I was struggling, and I always forget that the teal drum is very warped, so it's impossible with all the fine lines that I make to get it right. So that's been quite frustrating. I do got a few good prints out of it that I can use. I've sold 2 of these, and usually I make them beforehand, but I made these smaller size. So I made these last time in a smaller size, and for some reason it's easier to get it better looking. I think it's because how the drum works. It's quite a long technical story, and I won't bore you with that. A little tomato, and yeah, I changed this one to a purpler, darker one, which I think is really nice. I'm using the grain instead of the grid, I think. So it gives a bit more of a retro look, which I really like. And I'm just, last week, I don't even know where to start, jeez. Okay, first thing first, last week, it was my birthday on Monday, the 9th of March. And I turned 38. Thank you. I made a print on my birthday because I had to go to the printmaking studio because I volunteer there every Monday afternoons, and I mean, it's for me the nicest place to spend my birthday, so I'm really, was really happy with that, and I made a really nice print that I'll show here. I really like it. I got so many comments on it, people shared it, and it got 0 sales. I even put out an advertisement on Instagram, not for that print per se, just more general bunch of prints that I have. But yeah, it was just honestly quite frustrating. So then this weekend I made the other prints, and I sold quite a few of these, and then I had a really hard time printing them. So I'm just going
all kinds of ways. I feel like I'm already rambling. The point is, where do I start and where do I stop? And that's something that's been on my mind, and the light is very bright, so I'm not going to look into the camera because I'm really like that all the time. But yeah, I feel like maybe I'm just failing as an artist and I'm not getting really any commissions. So yeah, I'm distracted. Maybe I should stop printmaking for a while. The thing is though, I love to make these drawings on my iPad, and I really feel like when they are printed, they are finished. Also color-wise, that's what I really love about the reset technique. But maybe I should just focus on something else. Yeah, I don't know, I just feel like I'm making all the content and trying my best. And maybe it's just, you know, it could also be that the art itself is just not enough. So let me explain a bit. When I say my art isn't good enough, I don't mean that I hate my work, as people often think, but that just, I know what quality is, and I know I'm not the best printmaker or the best illustrator, and I'm honestly fine with that. There are so many amazing artists around in my own country, in the world. It's amazing, and it can also be quite daunting when you're always on the internet like me, because I'm trying to be a bit less on Instagram, but it is really, really hard. But I'm really trying, and comparison is just a thief of joy. And another thing is, I seem to have lots of ideas, but they hardly come to fruition. And I need deadlines to get motivated. Like, I used to think I have ADHD for many reasons, but have been tested twice and I have not ADHD. However, finding motivation is really hard for me, and I'm either all in and obsessed or just not really feeling like doing anything at all. I'm that person that's starting many side quests and never finish them. My days just seem like this day here, like it's going by without anything really exciting going on. And this day actually was quite exciting because I'm packing prints and I'm making a print and I'm working in a garden. It's actually a really exciting day. It's amazing how fast a day can go by without doing anything. So let's say I'm just very understimulated, and that ends up in being very motivated. It's just honestly the last thing I need. Photography season is around the corner, luckily, and I have really low rent, so I'm feeling very fortunate about all that. So it's gonna be okay. But I have to admit that I've been thinking a lot about getting a 9-to-5, something about having co-workers, a routine, a workplace, work that isn't too stressful but also not too boring. Sounds amazing. I have no clue what I would do though. Maybe you have any ideas. But I do feel like this year things will shift maybe for a bit. And maybe I'm in another quarter-life crisis or one-third life crisis, or, I mean, it's too early for midlife crisis surely, right? And I've also been thinking this would have been my dream life 10 years ago, 15 years ago. So it's definitely not all negative. And I am very grateful and just happy to be healthy and happy. And I think that's also very important. But enough with the drama. Let's go back to gardening. I'm always struggling with mailing out orders because it always gives me anxiety. What I do now is just wrap them in some plastic foil, which I don't really want to use, but I also want to protect the prints. No cardboard inside, because I feel like if it's heavy, it's, you know, more prone maybe to damaging the corners, which I really don't want. And I am taping them, the foil, or the sheet, or whatever you like to call it, onto the cardboard, so it, you know, it's not moving. This one is loose, but that's okay. It's just my business card. Hello. And I'm always adding like an extra like print. Hello, hello, focus. Yeah. So I'm always trying to add like, oh, it's out of focus again. Like a little card. And I'm gonna write, of course, a thank you note on personal notes. Maybe I'll add another card. It's a small order, but still, you know, I like to surprise people and love to use my printed ginkgo paper, but to wrap this is really annoying. I think it would work better on tissue paper, and it's really hard to print. So I'm gonna leave it like this, I think, and I hope it's gonna be fine. They get a few extra goodies, not too many, but I do think it's nice to just give people things. And of course, my printed cardboard boxes. Of course, there's going to be a label here, so it's a bit of a waste, honestly. But I do think it's a nice personal touch. But maybe you guys have any ideas how I can safely pack my things.